and welcome to another lawn clippings video by Lawn Fawn. It's Kelly Marie here, and we're going to be introducing one of our brand new sets, Sunny Skies, by making some cards and stamping out some of the images and having a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and stamp out some of these images so that we can cut them out and layer them on our card. One of the first things I want to show you are the clouds from this set, and they are so cute. And I'm going to stamp them out in some gray ink. And I just love them because they're so fluffy and happy. And what's really great is that we have the clouds, which you can stamp out just like this. And then we also have smiley faces that fit inside them too. So that's pretty awesome because you can kind of make it a little more serious or even vintagey looking, or you could go really whimsical and cute with the smiley faces. So I like that you can kind of make it your own. So we have that right there. And now I'm going to stamp out, there's a smaller cloud, and it's great because now you can kind of layer them, which is really fun. Just like that. And I'm going to stamp out another cloud here. So we have these great clouds. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you. We have two different sizes of smiley faces. So that, well, one, this cloud's much smaller, so the smaller smiley face looks better in that one. And also, so that you could change it up if you wanted the smaller or the bigger smiley face, just depending. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out this smaller smiley face. And what I love about it is you can change the position in the sun and kind of make it look in different ways or have a different kind of attitude to it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one out. But what I actually normally like to do is cut them out and place them on my card and kind of see what's going to look best, and then go ahead and add the smiley, since you can really kind of change the position and make them look to the left or the right or things like that. So there's the smaller smiley, and I'm going to wait on the other smileys. And now we have a sun, and this sun of course is perfect for the clouds and without the clouds too. And what I love is you could stamp it and then cut them out and then layer the images so that you can put the sun behind the clouds and a lot of cute things like that. So let's go ahead and stamp this one out. And what's good, another thing about the large and small smiley faces in this set is that if you do hide the sun behind the clouds, then the smaller smiley might work better, just depending on, you know, how it all fits. So right here is our sun. So cute. I love that sun. Let's stamp out some of the kites from this set. I love the kites. There's two different sizes, and there's two different ways of doing the tails too. What I like about these kites is they look really cute stamped on their own. They look great colored with Copics or colored pencils or whatever you might want, but they also look fantastic paper pieced, which is really fun. It's a really cool way to use up little scraps you might have too. So there's one kite, the larger kite. And I wanted to show you our tails. We have two different kinds of tails, and I'll show you this larger one here. This one already has the little bows on it, which is really cute. And so when you add it on there, you can just have these great little bows that you can color in. They're really adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up and stamp it out. And you can change, you know, have the tail go whichever way you want, depending on whatever works best for your card. So right there I have this tail. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the smaller kite now, and I'll show you the way the other tail works. So I like having two sizes because it looks nice when they're together, you know, on the card. And also these images, I love that they're also large enough that they would look really cute on scrapbook layouts too. Make fun little custom embellishments. So the other tail we have is actually a plain tail, you can see here. So there, oops, there it is. So you could leave it this way, which looks awesome, but we also have two sizes of bows that you can add to the kite, which I think is really great. I'm going to go ahead and put this larger one here at the end, and they're pretty easy to line up because you can see there's a space in between there that's perfect for the string. So you can just look just like this, and it's all set and ready to go. And then you can keep adding little bows to it, however many you would like. So I like it just on the bottom, just the one on the bottom. You could have more. So I like that you can kind of make it your own too, which would be, you know, which I think just kind of adds a little something to it. So there's this larger size, and now I'll go ahead and switch to the smaller one. This cute little bow. The little smaller one's really adorable. And you can add that one there, here at the end. We'll add 2 more. And so I think that looks really sweet. Okay, so I've cut and colored out my images here. We've got the sun and the clouds. I ended up cutting one more without a smiley because we're going to make a second card with some of the rest of the images. And I thought I would do this one without smileys, and then we'll put smileys on the other card. So here we have all of these little images, and I cut out a bunch of extra clouds because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to lay this all out, and I know I'll use these on another card, so I figured I would just stamp and cut out a bunch all at once. Just going ahead, another thing I like to do is, here's one of the sentiments from the set. It says reach for the sky, which is perfect for all of the graduations that are coming up. And I like to take my sentiments without ink and lay them down on my card, so that kind of helps me with placement, but I haven't stamped my sentiment yet, which is kind of nice. So I can kind of decide how I'm going to do everything. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in some black ink. There we go. So it's a great sentiment, and I love this font. It's just got a little bit of kind of elegance and whimsy to it. So we have that, and then we also, of course, we always add our exclamation points in every set. We have a separate one so you can add it or not. So here's our exclamation point for this set. And I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And I like this exclamation point. It's got a little bit of an attitude. It's got that little swirl on it, a little curve to it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing all of my items down. A lot of times when I have cards like this, I'll just use glue dots, and that way I don't have to move anything out of my setup. So grab some glue dots and start adhering everything down. Okay, so I have everything glue dotted down, and now I'm going to do my last kite. I want to make sure the top of it's touching this cloud, so it kind of connects everything together. It's just the very tip of that, and then just going just like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and push everything down. And because I kind of rolled up the glue dots, there's a little bit of dimension on these, and they're kind of popping off, which I actually kind of really like. So we have that there. Something I thought would be sweet would be to add some white stitching lines just around this card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Kind of up here you can see the stitching lines. It's just a little subtle something to add to it. And then the last thing I need to do is just go ahead and adhere this down. Okay, so now we have our card using the first parts of Sunny Skies, this brand new set. So now we're going to go ahead and start stamping out some stuff for another card. Okay, we're going to make our second card now with Sunny Skies, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the birds from this set. I love these birds. They make me so happy. They're just so sweet and cute. This guy, you can see he's joyous. It's like he's celebrating. I just love him. So there's that one, and then we have a second bird. These birds look so awesome on cards and layouts and tags and mini books and anything you can think of. They also look really awesome with our set Bannerific, which has the banners that you can add sentiments to. They look really cute with that too. So I'm going to go ahead. And what's nice is this guy, he's in a different position, but he's also flying from the other direction, which makes for really great for making cards. So there's the other one. They are so very cute. Okay, so I have all of these images cut out here. I've got my cute, adorable birds. They're so sweet. And these look good cut out right along the edge like this, or with white borders like I've done these clouds and the sunshine. So we've got those there. I'm going to stamp out this sentiment. This sentiment, I am just in love with it. It's so fun. It says, "You are my sunshine." And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it out in black ink. And I'm going to cut around it. So I'm just going to kind of stamp it here in the center so I can cut around it. I'm trying to decide exactly how to do my card. I might stamp it directly on the card, but I thought it'd be nice to have the option of cutting around this sentiment too. So it was more like a little special little element kind of thing. But I just love that font. It's so fun. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut a white border around and just follow the lines of the word really loosely. Okay, so now I have my sentiment all cut out there, and I'm going to go ahead and build this card. I don't really know how tall it's going to be, so I'm going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet, and then I'm just going to cut it down depending on what I need. So I'm just going to go ahead and start lining everything up, and then I'm going to add my smiley faces at the end, because I'm not sure exactly how everything is going to get covered up and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and hide. This is why I kind of wanted to have this sentiment cut out on a white paper like this, is I wanted it to be able to hide behind, hide in front of the clouds here and in front of the sunshine. This is kind of a fun thing you could do too, is stamp the sun and then put the "You Are My Sunshine" on top of it. And you could cut it out like this to save for a card or lay out later. So I think since it's "You Are My Sunshine," I'm going to put the sunshine in front of the clouds. And I'm just going to play around here. Okay, so I went ahead and kind of lined everything up here, and I went ahead and stamped my smiley faces just like this. I didn't grab it on video because I didn't press record, but what I did was I just used the same color as I did the sun, and I did the large smiley face right in the middle of the sun, and then I like stamping the smiley faces on the clouds just a little bit lower. I think it gives them a little bit of personality, and I decided not to stamp a smiley on this one behind here because he's just going to get covered up anyways, so I thought that was better that way. And then we used the smaller smiley face. Here you can see a little comparison. Here's the smaller one right here, and I like how its little eyes are different than this one. It's really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and take my glue dots and glue these things down. Okay, so I've glue dotted down all of these elements, and I kind of rolled them up so that there's a little bit of, dimension with all of my little elements here. And when I add them on, I'm going to make sure that their little beaks touch the sentiment. I like for everything, all of the elements to touch. And then I'm going to add that one just like that, and we're going to go ahead and trim this down. Okay, so I went ahead and covered a card base with some of the bright side paper from this pack, the yellow. And there we go, we have this card all finished. Okay, so here are all of the cards we made today with Sunny Skies, which is one of our brand new sets. We've got these beautiful kites that are great for paper piecing and coloring or just stamping on their own too. This kite string here comes all built, and this one's actually just a string that you can add the bows to if you'd like to or not. So that's kind of fun because you could have a string without bows, maybe for a more masculine card, and you can add each one of these works with either one too. And then we've got these great clouds and sunshine, which you can add smiley faces to or not. And we have two sizes of smiley face. We have this little one and a big one. And for example, the little one looks great in the small cloud, but if I had wanted to put a smiley face here because so much of the sun is covered up, I would use the small one instead of the big one like I used here. So it's fun to have all of these options. We have these really great sentiments. Reach for the sky, which has an exclamation point that you can either add or not. And this is perfect for graduation season coming up. And then right here we have You Are My Sunshine, which is such a sweet sentiment. One thing that's really fun to do with the sentiment is actually to stamp the sun behind it in a yellow and then stamp the sentiment over it in a black, and it looks so cool. I really like that. This set also has these fantastic birds. I just love them. They're so happy and full of joy, and they look really great kind of holding on to the sentiment or just flying around your kites and your sun and your clouds. So this is Sunny Skies. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.